Sorry, I already said no to everyone else.
It's okay.
All right, I'm starting now.
Go like this when you want
You
me
can
to
put
start,
it down
Matt.
there.
What the-
Your phone.
Let me know when you want me to start, Matt.
Okay.
But yeah, you'd have to get
Give it another-
quite a lot closer to her to get the
Yeah.
audio.
I'm right here. You want live? Yeah. Girlfriend.
Gotta come back.
I probably won't be a bigger.
All right, ready? I'm gonna start with the wide shot so that I can see all of you. And then I'm gonna walk right up to you, Cheri, and you can start talking. Okay, ready?
Yep.
1, 2.
This channel, live. Lives over luxury. 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 My name is Cheri Honkala, and I'm with the Poor People's Economic Human Rights Campaign and the Poor People's Army. We're here today in Milwaukee because we want people to know in Milwaukee and across the entire country that we're here to resist the Democratic National Convention and all of the things that are going on that'll be going on inside the convention halls. As a formerly homeless mother, we're very serious about ending poverty, hunger, and homelessness in this country. We're ashamed of what's happening here in Milwaukee with the hiding of poor and homeless people in preparation for the convention. We know that this happens all of the time. We're tired of watching the money, the 67 cents out of every dollar that should be spent on domestic needs of the people that live in our country to be used for war. And we care about poor people and our brothers and sisters across the entire country. So we want to encourage each and every one of you to come out to be with us on July 13th. July 13th at 4 p.m., opening day of the Democratic National Convention. We are going to be posting later the conversation that I had this morning regarding permits. We've applied for a permit both for a march and to set up an encampment in Martin Luther King Park because we don't have money to stay at the Ritz. We don't have money to stay at the Hilton and other fancy hotels. So we need to be able to stay someplace so that we can lift our voices. The last thing that poor and homeless people have in this country is their voice. We're not going to let them take that away from us. If we need to, we're going to take this and we're going to go after this thing legally. So right now, I'm going to introduce some people. They're going to say a few reasons about why they intend to march on July 13th at 4 p.m. on opening day of the Democratic National Convention. I'm going to start to the left here with Jabal Johnson.
Hello, my name is Jabal Johnson. I'm here on behalf of the Stop Killing Us March and organization. Before I begin, I'd like to say, please don't forget Puerto Rico. Support them. Send prayers to them for the devastation they're incurring as a result of the various earthquakes. I'm here because we need to bring national attention about community violence that's going on in our communities. We also need to speak more about police brutality that's going on across the nation. I will be present on July the 13th to bring that to the national level. Stop Killing Us March has marched from Philadelphia and New Jersey to Washington, D.C. to the Congressional Black Caucus for 3 years. Now we're bringing it to all of the politicians of the Democratic Party. And we will be present on July 13th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're asking anybody who's interested in stopping and reducing the violence in our communities, addressing the police brutality issues, to come and stand with us. Thank you.
And next, we'd like to have a young member of our team, Todd, who is going to speak about why youth should join us in record numbers on July 13th.
Hello, I'm Todd Metz, and I'm saying that I will let my voice be heard, and I'm speaking for all youth across the nations. This is like an international problem. This is touching so many different communities, you know, not just urban, but all over the United States of America. It takes a village to raise one child so that the child can raise the village. And by all means, with change and the different cycles of trauma that's involving poverty, that's involving, you know, not having funding for schools, turning, you know, this system into a school to prison pipeline where there's no help, there's no voices being heard from the youth. So I'm speaking for all youth, and I'm here to say that on July 13th, 2020, that I'm going to be marching so that all youth can be involved in this movement. It is a serious problem, and it reaches so many different communities. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
And next, we'd like to hear from another young member of our team, Nick.
I'm Nick Carmack. I'm a soldier in the Poor People's Army. I just want to say that, you know, I wish I wasn't here right now. I wish that I was up in my nice loft like you see across the street here. But I can't afford that because I'm drowning in student debt. By the time I graduate from college, I will be in as much debt as my parents had from their first home. That shouldn't happen. It's crippling an entire generation, and this needs to change. And another thing that needs to change, and another reason I'm marching, is the climate catastrophe that we're experiencing right now. Jamal mentioned Puerto Rico. That is a direct result of irresponsible corporations and politicians who are doing nothing to address the climate crisis. This is something that is affecting the entire world and disproportionately affects poor people. You can look at what happened in Australia, what's happening in Australia and all over the world, and people without resources don't have options, and that's why we're here marching, and because we are supporting the poor and vulnerable people across this world, and we're making our voices heard to ensure that the generations to come are not experiencing what is down the tunnel. We need to change that future for our children.
And next, from somebody here locally, from the Green Party, I'd like to introduce Barbara.
Hi, my name is Barbara Dahlgren. I've been in the Green Movement quite a while now, and Milwaukee is my adopted home. I am marching because the Democrats may think that they own this town, that they are in charge of much of the government, and that they think they can take over Milwaukee and take as many of the streets as they want, take as many of the centers as they want, and cordon everybody else off into free speech zones. And I don't think that's an appropriate way to conduct a democratic society. And not only that, the Democrats have not been doing such a good job. If you haven't realized, we're one of the most segregated cities in the country. We had riots a few years ago because of that. The Democrats tried to pass a budget that would give 50% of the city budget to the police force instead of to community programs and to the things that we need. Milwaukee officials have brushed off the needs of the people to get rid of the lead problems in the pipes. So I'm here to say that we're not going to take it anymore, that we're not going to vote blue no matter who, that the Democrats are not the safe choice, and that a democratic society belongs to all of us and not just a single party. Thanks.
So, Rachel, would you like to say anything as a mom? No, okay. So, I like to put people on the spot. So, we need each and every one of you that's watching this to share this video, to get involved. We have we've got to do something. Our planet is in jeopardy. Australia's on fire. Our government isn't going to do a damn thing about what's happening in Puerto Rico. Our young people are dying in the war here at home and being shot, and money is being spent to kill people and poor people around the world. We can't stand by and let this happen. Literally the planet and the future is in jeopardy right now for several generations to come. So go now to economichumanrights.org. Donate $20 for 2020, and take that one day. Bring your children, your grandmother, bring everybody. 4 o'clock, July 13th. Permit or no permit, our voices will be heard. Thank you.
Lives
Lives over luxury.
Lives over luxury. Lives over luxury.
Lives over luxury. Lives over luxury. Lives over luxury. Lives over luxury. Lives over luxury.
Lives over luxury.